look at that. It's snowed out again. And just like that, you get home, the snow is gone. It's like warm out now. It's 4 degrees, the sun is out, making for some pretty ideal conditions for the way I love to ride the Rawstercross bike. But I think for the clickbait of this video, we're gonna call it a brakeless, fixed gear gravel bike. You know, let's spend some time outside. Let's enjoy the weather that we've got. And in doing so, we're gonna play with this camera, the Insta360 GO2. They sent me this. I was actually looking at buying one of these, but didn't have to. And they're like, hey, it's 6 months, 7 months after release. All the important YouTubers who we want to get one of these have gotten it. They've made their initial impression reviews. Do you want one now? And I was like, yeah, I want one. Most importantly, you know, it's super tiny. Super tiny. It doesn't even do, like, seeing it on camera, I remember seeing it on camera a bunch of times, doesn't do it justice. It's got this little carrying case. It charges it, half an hour battery life without the case, an hour and a half with the case. You've seen this on me in videos in the past. We're gonna shoot basically the rest of this video with the Insta360 GO2. You know, for me, always shooting alone, it having its own stand and whatnot, not having to really bring anything with me other than a camera is a joyous moment. So let's just go. Let's just go ride bikes, shoot it on this camera, and just have the greatest time ever. So, first order of business, which should come as no surprise to any veteran Spindatt viewer, we gotta go to the Spindatt pit climb and see how the brakeless fixed gear gravel bike performs up the Spindatt gravel pit climb. The entrance to this pit can sneak up on you from time to time, so brakeless is a challenge, but it's obvious to see right here. There we go. Oh yeah. See, I love when everything's all beaten down and all the leaves are off everything, because everything's a lot easier to get through. But here we go. Now I must say I've got high hopes for this thing on the Spindatt pit climb, because it's got a 34-15 gear ratio. But I always do find climbing a fixed gear is just so much better than any other bike, because the momentum of the cranks and the rear wheel really helps keep things going. So as long as I don't want to put my foot down, it should be okay. Oh yeah, no problem. Admittedly cheated a little on the line choice there, but that's kind of the way to get up the best way. Okay, next small challenge, we're gonna go down this, the slightly less steep, but possibly more treacherous due to terrain, climb descent. Obviously, I would say this camera doesn't really do it a whole lot of justice, but that's just sort of the nature of action cameras. But check out, like stuff like this, you gotta be careful to not lose momentum there. Getting up big kind of rocky stuff like this, you know, it's slightly more impressive than I can really capture on camera. Okay, let's put the camera down, ride by it, and then, I don't know, maybe come back up. Who knows? Possibilities are endless. Brakeless, fixed gear gravel bike. Commence descent. No. Again, I'll try again. Get both my feet in and not die. Whoa. On the descent. Couldn't get a pass here. A little more speed, I reckon. I could probably get it. Let's put the camera on the pendant and see what happens. Starting way further out to give myself a little bit more speed. Will it be my undoing? Well, possibly, but you know, you gotta try. This part right here is a little scary. Almost tried to coast there. There we go. There we go. Come on. Come on. All right. I don't think that's gonna happen. Now, as per other tradition here, I always bring the bikes up to this little rock edge and usually shoot some video of them, have some sort of discussion. I see no reason to not do the same when we've got these bull moose bars on this brakeless fixed gear gravel bike. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna test this camera shooting video of a stationary bike. How'd that look? I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice by not going to ride something else, like other than, you know, just the Spindatt pit climb. So let's go ride something else. Now, how at home does a brakeless fixed gear gravel bike feel on this? So remember last time we were out, I mentioned that I came to these dirt jumps because I had been watching a lot of Matt Jones and said they're in really, really rough shape. Yeah. Torrential downpours, you know, snow melting. Somehow the carpets got off of these. Has not done them particularly well. They're not faring well through the weather at all. Kind of want to try and do something about this. I don't know what I'm doing, but because the work's not being done, I feel like anything that I do try to do would probably be a huge improvement over this. And I think it'd be kind of a cool skill to have. Is this something you would work on this time of year, or do you just like cut your losses and come back in the spring and start working on it? Or do you fix it up before the winter, try and keep it covered so that when you come back in the spring, you've got something better to work with than this? Okay, the next shot is gonna be at some familiar single track. We've been there on this bike before, albeit with different handlebars. Oh, I love when it's muddy in here. It's so fun. All right, all right. Well, this jacket's kind of loose, so I feel like maybe the footage will be a little bouncy, but it's hard to say. Wow, that's running good. I'll be quite proud if if this clip works. This tiny little camera was just sitting in here. The brakeless fixed gear gravel bike, capable machine. Go over just about everything. You gotta be careful where your feet are, but very capable. Okay, it would seem our daylight golden hour is upon us. And if I don't curb my distractions now, I could get caught in the dark. And in this iteration of Spindatt vlogging, I didn't bring lights with me because, of course, I didn't. Well, that was awesome. Kind of the simplest way to kill off some of the nicer, fewer and far between days that are going to be left for the year, but also for the next few months, using easily the simplest tool that I've got in the way of bike-wise, brakeless fixed gear off-road gravel bike, and a camera disguised as a package of dental floss. You open it up, you know, you've got a camera that's going to shoot in better than any resolution that I'm ever concerned about, with endless possibilities of throwing it places. It's so small that you can kind of wedge it into tree branches and wear it on your chest. Anyway, I've linked it below. It's an affiliate link, so yes, if you did purchase through those links, I will get kickback, which is great. Speaking of that, I think the Every Bike is a Good Time stickers will be here by around the weekend, so maybe Monday they will be live on the store again. And that's it. That's the end. That's the end of this video.